Right. Hello, guys. Good afternoon. This is High Priestess Jamila. Hello, one EQL. Oh, what a sweet little, what a sweet comment. Thank you, honey. So this is an impromptu discussion that I thought that I should have, and this is especially for women, but men can benefit from this conversation too, because it actually does apply to you all as well. It really does. But I wanted to speak to women because um, women are really considered to be vulnerable in this society, especially women that have children are particularly vulnerable in this society. Historically, women, especially witches, have endured violence, killings, robberies, rapings, various abuses from men, especially in the workplace. So that's why I wanted to have this discussion. And the reason why I included that Bible verse with a big red X over it is because Jamila, High Priestess Jamila, is not Christian. And I'm constantly being reminded of why not to be Christian. This has nothing to do with how I feel about Jesus Christ, because I have a lot of respect for all deities. This has nothing to do with it, but I believe that a lot of the religions systematically uh, keep people in a certain frame of mind. And I was actually looking up pictures of the spirit of poverty. And when I googled the spirit of poverty, that verse Matthew came up, where it says blessed is the poor in spirit, for they have the kingdom of heaven. So I'm thinking that this is what the Bible says about poverty, because that verse came up. Okay, which people interpret the Bible any way that they want. Evidently, the church has recognized this. And apparently, I guess people feel as though if you're poor, that means that you're going to heaven. Obviously, I do not share that belief system whatsoever. I do not. And so, if you want to call me an abomination, a heretic, a what's the other word that I'm looking for? A blaspheme. I'm blasphemous. Go right ahead. Okay, just don't put your hands on me and just don't try to touch me in any other kind of way. Okay, you can say whatever you want to say. I'm going to be very, very careful about the things that you try to speak up on me, but I am going to allow you, I am going to warn you to not ever put your hands on me. Okay, yeah. So obviously, being that I am pagan, okay, I'm obviously pagan. I don't believe in that. So that's why I put a big red X over it, because I don't believe in that. I don't care about going to heaven when I die. I don't care about that. Okay. I don't care about if when I die, I go to the bowels of hell. I'm going to be straight up and down with y'all, because When you think about it, I am Jesus. I am the embodiment of Jesus, and I am willing to sacrifice my soul for my family. So if that's how it is interpreted, that my non-belief and my refusal to go along with that indoctrinated belief, then that's fine with me. As long as I know that my family is taken care of when I leave this earth, I'll just be burning in hell. I'll just be a burning in hell with Satan. So I guess it's just the way that it is. Okay? Because I don't believe in that. I don't. And I have every right to have my own beliefs. And I feel as though this is being forced upon us. Now, I'm not telling you that if you step outside of that doctrine that you're going to go to hell, but I'm just letting you guys know where I stand with that. And I'm going to continue to stand in that. It's never going to change, ever, ever. Okay. But I wanted to speak to you guys about, especially women, with men sort of pushing this spirit of poverty up on you. And I want to talk about the spirit of poverty and how disgusting it is. I don't even believe that it is, I don't believe that the spirit of poverty is even native to this land that we stand on. I don't believe it. I believe that it is a system. I believe that it is one of those things. I believe that it is hell. Okay. I do. So I am a heretic. If you guys notice, I changed the name of my channel to Jamila the Heretic Witch. If you guys don't know what heretic means, you can go and look it up on Google or either in your dictionaries. Okay. So it's funny because last night, and I finally got my video to upload correctly. And I'm just gonna start using iMovie on that. But as soon as I upload this forbidden money video, okay, with a money working that I did, as soon as I started uploading it, I began to receive notifications of four of my videos on my channel being falsely flagged. Okay. Thank you, Tiffany Crazy Life. Thank you. um I received that, and so it's like, okay, it's just a video. It didn't count towards any strikes on my account. Even though I knew that there was someone falsely flagging me, it wasn't, you know, it didn't affect my account, even though I still complained about it to YouTube, and I'm waiting to hear back from them, and I'm going to be, working with them to make sure that my channel does not get falsely flagged, okay? But as I was sitting there receiving these notifications from YouTube, I felt the energy behind it. And the energy behind it was factually the spirit of poverty. I felt it. It was an impoverished male energy, okay, behind that. I agree. I agree, Tiffany. I agree. But there are some people who for some reason they think differently. And in particular, when you have a male trying to thrust the spirit of poverty onto you. I could feel last night, I could feel a man with the spirit of poverty on him last night. And you know what? Because I'm an empath, it was miserable just from what I could sense from this person that was doing that. It was, oh my God, it felt sick. It felt sick. It felt sad. It felt like, you know, some kind of cancer, uh, gassy and very uncomfortable. Okay. So, I want to talk to you women where you have a man, because, there are some men that love women. There are some men that cherish and value women, this earth, life, right? But then again, there are some men that are filled with hate. And I believe that the spirit of poverty is heavily tied to the spirit of hatred, the spirit of fear, the spirit of hopelessness, the spirit of giving up. Is when you see a male trying to thrust that kind of spirit onto anybody, it is the most disgusting thing ever. We see it a lot. We see it in the workplace. We see it in social media. It's being ushered in a lot by African American men. Isn't it funny? You see it a lot. Okay. You do. You see it a lot. And yeah, in families too. Absolutely. And here's what's happening with that man. That man has low self-esteem. That man has low self-worth. He does not respect women. He does not want to listen to women. He does not want to listen to the divine feminine. Instead, what he does is he goes in his Bible, okay? He goes in his Bible, totally misinterprets what the Bible says, and then in turn tries to use it against people. So I think that that's why that Matthew Bible verse came up. I think that that Bible verse and the whole entire Bible can be interpreted however you want. Okay. But at the end of the day, as a woman or a man, you can be a man, and this applies to you too. If you have a man trying to thrust or send the spirit of poverty to you, it is a very sickening feeling. It feels like somebody is trying to punch you in the stomach. The spirit of poverty, obviously, what I figured out, because I've encountered that energy before, or I don't want to say encountered it, but I felt it. And for some reason, it attaches to the solar plexus. Go figure. And it just kind of makes you feel sick to the stomach, because it is not in our nature to live in poverty. It is not in our nature to feel impoverished. I believe that when you are able to manifest the money that you not only want but need for your family, I believe that you are never going to be closer to God than in that moment that you are able to manifest your needs for yourself or either your family. A man that is impoverished is not of God, in my humble opinion. And that is my most humble opinion. I'm being very humble in this discussion because I am humble. I'm humble to myself. I am humble to nature. And I can promise you that an impoverished man, he's ungodly in every way. Spiritual harassment, spiritual abuse. Okay, that man has no authority, and this is coming straight from God. He has no authority over you, nor does he have any power. So last night, After I uploaded the video, which clearly stated, if you guys have not seen it, it's called Forbidden Abundance Money Spell. I uploaded it like 4 times last night. My copy, just my video editor that I was using just would not render the video correctly, but I finally got it to render correctly. It kept making it really tiny, but it expressly states in that video that in one portion of the video that any spirits of poverty were banished from my home. Guess what? As soon as the man that is afflicted with the spirit of poverty heard that, he was trying to send his spirits of poverty to me. Now, I don't know what his relationship with God is, but apparently God is trying to punish him with that. I don't know. It's not my business. But I could sense a male with the spirit of poverty on him. Okay. I could sense that, and I could sense that he was trying to somehow send it to me through electronic harassment of, falsely flagging my videos. You know what I did? I grabbed that hot foot jar over there to make sure that that crap did not get in. Now, being an empath, and see, this is where a lot of people need a good, strong person, such as myself, that is experienced with this as an empath. Okay. Now, that spirit did not touch my home, but I could still sense it was the energy behind it, because sometimes as an empath, you are reading something that you don't even want to read or not even trying to read. But I read it, and it was a weird, tight, pressed, worried, fearful spirit. Now, as a woman, I have been on this website for almost a decade talking about this same exact subject. Guess what? That same man or those same men, you think that they want to listen to me? No, they don't. And see, they don't, they're never going to listen. They're going to discount everything that I say and continue to live in poverty and continuously try to push that spirit off on other people. That's what they're going to continuously try to do, instead of figuring out, duh, I can banish this spirit of poverty off of me. I don't have to feel scared, tight, and pressed. I mean, it was really, oh God, it was awful. I couldn't imagine feeling that way. I couldn't imagine feeling totally powerless when you think about it. Uh because a lot of them, what they say is, they say, oh well, we're just living in the last days. And I mean, we've been living in the last days for the past 1,000 years, I guess. And they say, oh, we're living in the last days, so it really doesn't matter. And I'm sorry, not in this lifetime or for generations to come. Will we actually see that manifest? In my humble opinion, unless they decide to try to blow up this earth, which I doubt it very seriously. Okay. But what was so weird about it was that um it was a defeated. I could tell that the person that was trying to attack me last night was very defeated. They felt defeated. They felt so defeated that, guess what? They wanted to try to hate on me because I uploaded a money spell. Now, keep in mind, I did it as a premiere 4 times. And somebody in the chat room was like, well, maybe it's spirit. No, spirit told me to put that video up. So it wasn't like I was, it wasn't like I was doing something wrong. My spirit, if my spirit guides did not want me to upload that video, I wouldn't have. Okay. But as a woman, you have the proper tools that are needed. Okay. And we're not talking about your bodies. You don't have to sell your bodies. You don't have to sell your soul. You have you have it in you to manifest the things that you need in life. And nobody has the right to tell you that. Nobody has the right to try to put the spirit of poverty off on you. And if they do it, there are ways around it. You can sage. And I like to use hot foot powder. I used hot foot powder years ago, years and years ago, and I haven't had to use it in years. I don't really like using it because when you take the top off of that hot foot powder, oh my God, it burns the throat, it burns the eyes, it burns the nose if you're not careful. So hot foot powder is no joke. You just don't decide one day, well, I got to have some hot foot powder because I like it, but then again, I don't like handling it because I have hot foot jars, okay, that I make for clients, and that's another video that I uploaded. That of which probably this is the afflicted man with spirit of poverty on him did not like that. As a witch, it's extremely frustrating because when you try to tell these men, listen, you can clear yourself of that spirit of poverty without trying to push it off on women. These are men that will factually. I'm gonna tell you something, and those kind of men, I don't feel sorry for them. I'm very, very careful when I'm dealing with them. Very, very careful. So what I did, and by being careful, I mean that I had to light up my hot foot jar, which I was surprised about it because I'm thinking, wow. Instantly I recognized the spirit of poverty that was in this person. That was the energy behind it. Oh, I see that you're that. Well, first of all, um, typically the spirit of poverty is lingering around your front and your back door. So not only will a hot foot powder concoction can it be laid around your property to scare away any spirit that you want, including the spirit of poverty and sickness, which to me is the same thing. Okay. But the spirit of poverty was not in my home. But I could sense this person. Oh, I'm gonna send that to you. No, you're not. It's gonna be sent right back to you. This is what the vigil candles are for. Okay, remember I mentioned to you guys the vigils? That's what that is for because there are people out there that are purposely trying to put their negative spirits of poverty onto you. And I think that there's levels to it. I think that there are some people that have, maybe a small amount, yeah, I guess maybe one spirit of poverty on them, maybe one or two, but it's some people that have I mean, they literally have a conglomerate of spirits of poverty. I'm talking about thousands of them. I could feel like this huge, oh my God, it was like, my goodness, this is bad. And see, this is the reason why, as a witch, when somebody puts or tries to put crap on you, you have to send it back. And I believe that God says that because God is the one that you have to go to, send them, give them to God. Witches often will do that. That's why they don't like us. You send any of your poor spirits to me, I'm going to send them back to you. And you know what? It is up to you to get that crap off of you. You cannot send that crap over here. Now, a lot of them will think, oh, well, you're a woman because women to them, it's just, we're just people that they just dump all of their crap onto us. You notice that? And they will do it. They will try to do it spiritually. And for me, when I caught wind of it, what I did was I just I think that it is a sickness that can be spread. Now, see, it's funny how the videos that this person that is afflicted with poverty flagged last night all had to do with spirit. It had nothing to do with the pandemic. It was where I was speaking about spirits of affliction. I wasn't speaking about curing a disease or cancer or anything like that. I never said anything like that. So 4 of my videos were falsely flagged last night by somebody that has the spirit of poverty on them. So I am a witchcraft channel. I am a high priestess, and these people have a problem with me speaking about spirit on my channel. This is why I have explained so many times, don't watch this channel. You are not ready for this information because they're not ready psychologically, mentally, or spiritually to hear the words that are coming out of my mouth. What they do, instead of them going away, they are constantly trying, and I do mean trying, to attack me constantly every day. Now, I don't know what religion you are or what spiritual belief that you have, that instead of you going and working on yourself, you feel the need to attack someone. You feel that that's the best thing to do. Well, I can tell you that it's not. It's never going to get you out of your situation. It's never going to change your situation. In fact, I am not a good Samaritan in that sense. If I sense an attack from you, I am going to attack you back. I am a witch. I am not a good Samaritan. I'm not a saint, and I'm not a nun. I'm not. I've said that so many times. And you know what, women? A lot of y'all are going to have to come up out of that energy. Because when you're in that energy, you are not standing in your power at all. Women are not here to take abuse and bad spirits from men. And we are living in the age of Aquarius, which can be interpreted in many ways depending on what sect you are from. For me, as a woman who has given birth 4 times to children, I have a different definition of what this age of Aquarius is about. Somebody else's definition of the age of Aquarius may be different. And I have been a consistent target for these types of men. Well, I can tell you this, not even the father of my children has any authority to try to force my children to be raised or to live in poverty. You don't, and so that means that you definitely don't have the authority. So a lot of y'all women need to, stop trying to be sexy for these men. I understand that, but for me, the type of businesswoman that I am, I'm not the type of businesswoman that's going to show a little leg or be nice. I'm not. I am a heretic. I am a rebel. I am and I wouldn't even say that I'm a rebel, but that's what they call you. You're rebellious, huh? But I am the type of person that is going to meet you and beat you at every challenge. It just is what it is. Because I am a true leader and not a follower. I appreciate those of you that support my channel and those of you that have similar beliefs as mine. I appreciate you, and y'all are very blessed because but there are some people that are watching this channel that need to go and grow up. You need to go somewhere and grow up. I absolutely refuse to respect anybody, especially a man. My channel, this channel on YouTube, is under attack by impoverished men. And it's sad when you see it. It's been going on for several years now. Okay. It obviously has not touched my family. Okay. I actually filed bankruptcy only to get my PayPal account back and to pay off a couple of debts, to be freed of a couple of debts that I had. It was a business decision to get my PayPal back. And it was, these men acted like it was a celebration because they have been engulfed and flambéed by the spirit of poverty. That is their problem. Okay. And see, the black community, especially, is very, very miseducated about bankruptcy protection. They think, oh, if you file bankruptcy, that means that you're broke. Well, I'm not rich, but I do okay. Okay. You know what I'm saying? With the spiritual work that I do for people, I should be well paid for it. Right. I should be. Okay. Because I know what I'm worth. But these people are afflicted by the spirit of poverty. It's just all it is to it. And you're never going to get rid of that spirit by attacking High Priestess Jamila or my channel or my company or my family. That spirit is going to stay on you. And not only will that spirit stay on you, but now my ancestors and people and my warrior spirits are on your neck. A person that cannot properly deal with the spirit of poverty has no survival instincts. And these types of people have no survival instincts. So you have to fight with them. It's comparable to the zombie apocalypse, in my humble opinion. I believe that that's what all of the zombie movies are talking about. I do. Is this specific thing that I am talking about. Okay. If you are sick in spirit, you need to get some help. Now, there are a lot of ways that, and I don't care what they say to you, I don't care how they lie to you. The way I deal with it, I don't even get upset about it. I don't even get upset about it. There's so many different ways of guarding yourself, women. Because a lot of women have encountered males, have even dated males, have even been married to males that have the spirit of poverty on them, and they know how it is. These are usually the burning bed type men. They don't want to see the woman go to college. They don't want to see the woman better herself in any way, because he needs, for a woman specifically. And it's funny how they always take their crap out on women, because they're actually cowards. They're actually cowards. Okay. And a lot of you women need to understand that I have been dealing with, not struggling with. Let's make that very clear. I have been dealing with, not struggling with, males afflicted by the spirit of poverty since I started my company. I've been dealing with it. Okay. And I've been dealing with them very, very well. Well, you know what? It's gonna start getting even more vicious at this point. I feel that just recently, the hot foot powder that I make, I feel like that may have to turn into goofer dust. I don't want to have to do that because I'm a nice person. I am. I have a Neptune in Sagittarius. So, my Neptune, that's all about, that's connected to social. Okay. And I'm in social media and I'm a witch. So I have been nice about it. Okay. If any of you women are dealing with that crap, there is no excuse for it. Y'all know that y'all got a real one over here. I do not mind going hard in the paint. Let's not be stupid. Let's not be delusional about the situation. And I ain't gonna never get tired. My spirits ain't gonna get tired. Even when I'm tired, my spirits ain't gonna get tired. They are gonna continue to slap box, flambe, and continuously send back their demons and their spirits of poverty to them. Because whatever that you were born with, those are your spirits. Nobody else has to deal with people's bad spirits like that, in a sense. I mean, I deal with clients' bad spirits because I am paid to do so. I am compensated for doing that. I have a right to refuse service to anyone. I am not a church. Just because I'm a high priestess and priest are two different things. I'm not a church. I'm not a church. Because you know what? There's been times, and you know what? Even though there was sometimes people that were there for me, there was sometimes people that were there for me if they wanted to be, but there were many times there weren't. I had to go to God. I had to go to my higher self. I had to figure it out. Okay. While under the pressure of having little ones that had to eat in the morning. So I don't particularly feel sorry for people that are in their situation and they stay in their situation. I don't I'm an empath, but my empathy don't run that deep because I believe that if you don't have the power to get yourself up out of your situation, and people come to me because they want to empower themselves, but they not that bad. They not that down. Because my clients have to have money to pay me for the work that I do for them, don't they? And that is who I am here for. That video was a gift to my clients. That video was energetically for my clients. Okay, and witches that may have wanted to, that may want to try that working. Okay. So, and that's just the way that it is. They have a problem with us because we don't give away things for free. They have well, actually, I do. I give. I actually, I'm very, very giving. Am I not? That video that I uploaded last night proves how giving I am. So I have nothing to prove to nobody. I'm not a bad person. It's just that I'm gonna tell y'all something. Sometimes, well, first of all, it's not up to you all the time to just carry other people's crosses on your back. But I have a right as a witch and as a woman. I have a right to say who I will take or accept as a client or a student versus who I will not. And that's a problem. People don't like it when you say, hey, I don't want anything to do with you, you're gonna have to go to church or go somewhere or go somewhere and maybe in the woods or something and meditate or something. Okay. And it just is what it is. But don't think that I'm saying that because I'm saying to you, well, if you contact me, I may reject you as a client. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that I have the right to determine who gets my energy. Is that not the truth? So this is where you think these people that are poor in spirit and have spirits of poverty on you, they don't mind raping you. They don't mind trying to rape your spirit. Because that spirit of poverty is everywhere. You see it all over the place. And it manifests itself in different forms. Okay. The spirit of poverty is the energy behind money is the root of all evil. Money is not evil, right? But when you're dealing with the spirit of poverty, it is. It manifests as rapes, murders, robberies, and all sorts of things. And it's not welcome over here. Okay. When you walk through my doors as a client, this is the first thing that gets removed from you. Okay. It's the first thing that is removed from you. So, women, I want you to be careful because listen, when your man has abandoned you, okay, when something has happened, you are the chariot. And your children, or either yourself or your inner child, because a lot of y'all don't have children, you are depending on self to pull you up out of that. And that's all it is to it. You are the chariot in a sense that a lot of you are going to have to lay down the foundation because a lot of these men with the spirit of poverty, they cannot lay down that foundation for you. And we've all heard stories about men that can't support their family, how they'll just murder their entire family. We've heard those stories. I believe they even made well, not even one movie. They made several movies about this, but in particular, that movie called, I think it's called Mama. Yeah, where they had like an ancient, it was like an ancient dark goddess in that movie. And I believe that movie specifically, because at the beginning of the movie, the guy loses his job. He has a huge, beautiful house. Probably was a millionaire, lost his job and decided to kill his wife and his children because he lost his job. And see, that is the spirit of poverty. Okay. So, it just is what it is, and it's not going to change. And I wouldn't fear them. I'm not telling you to fear them. I'm telling you to understand what is happening, what is going on in their minds, in their spirits. I asked years ago, I said, well, if a woman's husband abandons her, or either he's sick with poverty, what is she supposed to do? Live under a bridge? What are women and women and their children gonna do if there is no man to support them? Or are they just supposed to die with their worthless? Is that really what God said? I don't believe that God has ever said that. So, I am heavily That was the reason why I changed my channel name to Jamila the Heretic Witch, because of this same issue right here. Because I do not believe in those indoctrinated beliefs, and I will never accept them. Okay. I will never accept it. One EQ, I'm not even saying that, listen, I have nothing against poor people or poor men. That's not what I'm saying. Okay. One EQL said, I'm not saying that. I'm talking about the ones that are constantly trying to beat up on women in the workplace or either women in business. I don't know if you guys noticed one EQL. I don't know if y'all noticed, but it's not just black women. There has been a increase of murders of women who are business owners and successful in money. They are typically being murdered by men with the spirit of poverty on them. Funny how they all have something in common. All of them that you see, Shanquilla Robinson, so many others in the news being murdered because they are successful businesswomen. They're being murdered by men with the spirit of poverty on them. It causes them to become very jealous and irrational. And if you are a man that has that spirit on you, you need to seek help for that, especially when you're dealing with me, because I am a heretic. I'm not going to, my head is not going to spin around. I'm not going to throw up green goop. No, I am a witch. Okay, I'm not some young little 12-year-old girl being possessed by the devil here. Okay, I'm a 46-year-old woman who is almost a crone. Respect it or get out of here. That's literally what I'm saying, because I'm not taking no prisoners at this point, and I don't battle people physically. If I were in a physical battle, which my spirits would never put me in that situation. Not ever. I'm a woman. Okay. I battle people spiritually and win. That is that the spirit, and here's the crazy part about it though, one EQL. Here's the crazy part about it. The spirit of poverty is one of the most simple spirits to get off of you. The spirit of poverty is at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to negative, malevolent spirits. It's at the bottom of the totem pole. It is below the spirit of fear. It is below the spirit of hopelessness. It is below every other malevolent spirit. The spirit of poverty is child's play to get rid of that. But yet they don't want you to know that. Okay. Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So, you know what? Honestly, I am protected from physical attack and death. My spirits have, or from being murdered, my spirits have shown me that so many times. I can't tell you how many times I have fallen asleep with my front door completely unlocked. And even when I grew up, my great grandma, the door would kind of not latch good enough, and this, and I distinctly remember this as a child, you know my ancestors saying, the elders in my family saying, especially the women saying, ain't nobody coming up in here, ain't nobody gonna do nothing. Okay, and you've got to make sure that you, even though you don't want to fall asleep with your front door unlocked, you want to make sure that you call on those spirits that protect you from that type of either spiritual theft or oppression. And we know that many times, for some reason, these men with the spirit of poverty, they are using the Bible sometimes, a lot of the times, to justify their attacks against women and children. And it is the most pathetic thing that I've ever seen in my life. Do better. Okay. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say. Thank y'all for coming. Hit that thumbs up. And my channel is under electrical attack, not spiritual attack. Because those spirits have no power over here whatsoever. Okay. Um, but my channel is under technical account attack. Like, they can't do nothing else. So what they do is they try to falsely flag. So in the event that that happens, guys, make sure that y'all follow me on Instagram as well as TikTok, and then the channel. If and my spirits have indicated that they're never going to be able to do that, because my voice is needed, not just for women, but for men as well. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Ashley Rose. Thank you. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you guys, supporting the channel. And I will see you guys later. I gotta go. I hope that this helps somebody. It is, let me just say this. It is the most horrible, pathetic thing. And it's not to say that we can't forgive, because I've forgiven people for doing stuff like that because I'm powerful enough to do so. Okay. But it is terribly sad when you see a man kicking down a woman. That oh God. That you got to be at the lowest point in your life. You got to be at the lowest point in life when you are attacking women. And even when we see women attacking other women, I don't play that crap over here either. Okay, it is a shame. But I think that a lot of women, they want to be just like men. And women should be supporting one another. Okay. But unfortunately, that's not what happens, and again, I am a witch, there, and I have, and I deal with not just women, men, but I deal with women attacking other women too. So, and that's sad. And so this is not about the battle of the sexes. This is about the battle of spirits, to be honest with you. But I think that it's more common for men to do this because they think, oh, I'm a man. Well, if if you can't figure out why you feel the need to attack women in business, these women are minding their own business. They're saying what they have to say. If you can't sleep at night, if you can't stop harassing and bothering people because they made a video and you don't like them and they're just running around here harassing and trying to be a problem for women, I can't call you a man. I can't even call you human, because you've lost your humanity. And there's always a spell for that. Okay, so I got y'all back. Whoever wants to, and nobody has regretted it yet. Okay, honestly. So make sure y'all follow me on Instagram just in case we have any kind of technical difficulties over here, although I doubt it very seriously. Okay, Instagram and TikTok. And then y'all can also add me on Facebook as well. Okay. All right, guys. I will see y'all later. Blessed blessings and bless to y'all. Blessed be.